This week on the Property Hillbillies, what can go wrong will go wrong. The pressure's on as I need to get the rest of the house demolished in time for the skip bin pickup, but things don't go quite according to plan. Our exterior plasterer shows up, but there's a problem with the scaffolding, and Ray moves in and brings some very bad news. There are leaks fucking everywhere. Right, it's day one of week 2, and it's time to really ramp things up. At the end of last week, we got into the kitchen, which I'm standing in now, but it's time to basically get the ceiling of this kitchen out. Luckily, the walls can stay. We're going to be jibbing up these doors. When I say jib, I mean plasterboard for you overseas. Jib's a New Zealand product, I assume. But yeah, I've got 2 more days left on the skip bin, so I need to get that sucker filled up. I've still got all the ceiling here in the kitchen, and then we've got all the ceiling and walls through the lounge, and I've got some stuff in the hallway and also in the far end room, the sunny room. So there's a lot, and I really need to get that all done today and tomorrow. And then Jared's going to be coming on Friday to start for us to start doing some building work and start tidying some things up. So there's a lot to do in the next couple of days. It's going to be full on, so let's get to it.
But government, that would take away from working people in the first place, then maybe that's
or whether it's on the council, because every year the council puts the land value increases so much in such a short period of time. And I think that's part of the problem.
he learns because he learns how to fight, to fight, and strong. Dawson High.
All right, kitchen roof's done. Time to move into the lounge. And the best way to get rid of this wood is to just do the old, all done. Now time to rip the roof down. Another one. Yay! She looks pretty nasty up through here. Getting there so far, the wall's coming off. See an old leak hole through the roof there. It's a shame to have to this sort of Art Deco thing you can see up there. Gonna have to cut that out. It's just the ceiling's too buggered. So yeah, this will be interesting to see what comes down when I pull this down. That's a big piece of plaster. I don't even know how they get pieces up that big back in the days. And that stuff is seriously heavy. You wait when the noise in this comes down. Oh man, that is hit.
And there was 2 days ago. And that's all the way over to my speaker.
Woo! This is going to be a fun job because she's literally got to de-nail the entire house. How's it going for you?
Yeah, painful. It's been a long day.
So basically, every spot that the drywall comes off, see back in the day they used to use nails like this, so they don't screw out. Every single one has to be pulled out by with the hammer or the nips, and it can be a very slow process because a lot of the time the heads come off and then you need to use the nips on them. But I'm pretty confident this is going to keep Ashley busy for the rest of this week and probably into next week. Bye bye. Right, it's a new day, and yesterday, don't know if I showed you, but I got this room pretty much finished in terms of the demo work. Still needs a tidy up and the floor needs a bit of a clean, but that's good. A lot of work getting all that plasterboard out to the tip bin. But now today, to start with, I've got a lot to do because I don't think I'm going to be here tomorrow because I have to go to Auckland, and the bin is supposed to get picked up tomorrow, so she's going to be a long day. Need to get all these ceilings down, right down through here, which means obviously I need to clear all the space out of here. So that's the first step for today. Let's get into it. There was a lot of shit coming out the back. A lot of bits of brick and stuff on the floor. We can look up here. Definitely got some damage up here, and you can see there's actually a crack in the outside. I don't know what you call that. The concrete paneling in the outside. You can actually see that from the outside of the building, but that needs to be repaired. And we've got some old water damage in here. It's completely dry, but it's going to all have to be replaced. So we did know that in the corners this was going to be an issue where the old internal gutters used to be. So nothing to panic about. Another thing we've got actually, which is sort of interesting, is we've got all this scotia. Looks like it's like 55mm scotia. I don't know if they must have been planning on putting this up, the people who previously had it before us. But the thing is, it won't match any of the cove that's in the house, and the house like this, it's got really high studs. I haven't actually measured them, but I don't know, they're probably 3-meter studs. And this size cove for us, it's just too small. You need a bigger cove. So basically we probably end up just selling all the scotia or storing it for the next project. But yeah, it's always just interesting, the different things that you find in the house. All right, so just got a sudden call, which is a good call, basically from the exterior plasterer. He was supposed to come next week, but he's just called and on the spot said, can I come tomorrow? Now, I didn't have the mobile scaffolding sorted, but I've made that call, and now that's sorted, coming at 7 in the morning. Now, though, it means I have to drop everything I was doing today because I need to water blast the house, because it has to be water blasted for the plasterer. But I've managed to put off the bin getting picked up, the skip bin, until Friday. So that gives me an extra day now to finish my demo. So juggling things around, but what it means is the outside's going to be fully plastered up, hopefully in the next 2 days, which will mean we're basically ready to paint the outside of the house, which will look so good. It will change everything. So here we go. Let's get the water blaster out. If you see here on the wall, that there. Now, when I first was looking at the house around the sides, I thought it was actually like plaster that had peeled off, and the exterior plaster would just sort of fix that up. But I've now realized going around that it's actually just 2 layers of thick old paint, which means it's not really the plasterer's job to fix it, unless he could maybe plaster over spots of it. But yeah, it's kind of going to mean we're going to have to peel off big sections of this old paint, which is not ideal at all. What are you doing out there? What are you up to? Are you getting into it? All right, so I got home before, and this is Marcelo. He's our plasterer extraordinaire. He actually helped us on our very first house, and he pretty much showed me how to plaster, and then so I've plastered my own places since then. But when it comes to this and the cracks and stuff, I was like, this is Marcelo's job. But the first thing when he got here, the scaffolding that was provided was completely the wrong scaffolding. It's so heavy, it took 4 people to move it, and he was here by himself.
Yeah,
so
we spend your whole day today, my whole day just to do their
yeah,
plates
I mean,
up the
he's
top.
done, like, I don't know if you can see up there up in the corner, I'll show you now, you'll see the old crack, and that's completely gone, so it looks awesome, but unfortunately he wasn't able to move the scaffolding anywhere. So we need to get some proper aluminium scaffolding and then tackle it again. But today's one of those days. It's been a long day driving. I was up really early this morning, drove all the way to Auckland for a couple auditions, and back here, probably about 6 hours driving. Get back, it's 5 o'clock, and you know, sort of like you just want to sort of call it for the day, go have a kip on the bed or something, but then realise I'm like, the skip bin's getting picked up tomorrow. I don't know when. No doubt they'll show up at bloody 8 in the morning, and it's not quite full yet. So just have to drag yourself through it, crack on, and keep going, because it's just got to be done. It's one of the things when you're doing renos and stuff like this is you've just got to push through. I'm still trying to clear the last of the walls because it'll be a waste to not use the skip bin, so I've still got to finish here. I've just been doing in here. Got all in the hallway here to do. And I mean, the room that we've got our bed in as well, I'm not sure. On the hallway, that might actually be okay. Might not need to, but either way, the clock is ticking. What's the time? 7:30. Gonna call it there for the day. Fuck. My right wrist. I do not know what's wrong with it, but it's so sore. I could only use my left hand at the end there. Been slowly sort of like getting sorer and sorer lately, so I don't know what that is. Hopefully it comes right. But yeah, it's been a big day, 12-hour day by the time I went back to Auckland, up to Auckland, back and on the house. But yeah, Ash will be home soon. She works late on Thursdays, so make her dinner and then up early tomorrow, finish loading the skip. See ya. Alright, probably the last day of demo, and we saved this room to last. These are basically the last 2 walls in the house, and this is the room where we put our bed. So what it's going to mean is through that wall you see in that corner, that bit of light, basically once I take this down, we're going to be sleeping in a room that has no walls until we get jib up. So Ashley is going to be on my back to get jib up, so I left this to the last moment. So here's the before and you wait till after. Fuck, I just tried to use the skill saw and I literally like turned my finger in a sharp like pain. I cannot even move my hand right now. Like something is seriously fucking wrong. I'm gonna have to go to the doctor like right now. So fucking typical just when you're doing something like this. Oh my god, I don't even know what that is. I hope it's not like a fucking tendon or something.
Down, drive down there, get the x-ray and then come back sort of thing.
Okay, alright, so...
Alright?
Okay, cool. Okay, thanks for that.
Thanks.
Okay, bye. Looks like I'm probably going to have to go to the Tokoroa hospital, which sounds a bit over the top, going to the A&E, because it's not that bad, but I obviously need an x-ray.
I did hear a little bit of that story, so
Yeah.
sorry, what was it? It was
Alright, in the waiting room, nurse's first thought was something along the lines of tendinitis, so yeah, that's what I was sort of fearing. Right, so here's the verdict. Tendinitis. The good news is that it's obviously nothing too crazy. The bad news is that it could take anywhere from a week to 6 weeks to come right, and that's only if I'm good and not using it. It can easily flare back up. I've got this sort of little splint thing here to wear, whatever you call it. Yeah, so gonna have to get good with my left hand now. Yeah, this is potentially quite bad because using all my tools, especially anytime I have to use my fingers to do something, that's when I think it's going to really flare up. So using things like nail guns, skillies, hammer, that kind of thing, I'm going to either have to avoid that task altogether or I'm going to have to use my left hand. So that might be a bit of a challenge, and if I can't, then this could be quite costly, because basically it's going to mean that we're going to have to pay someone to do the work that I would have otherwise done, which will probably cost quite a lot. So we'll just have to see what happens in the next few days. Hopefully it sort of comes right a bit quite quickly. I'm just going to be really good and not use it at all, and hope for the best, really. So fingers crossed that everything works out okay. Yeah. Fuck. There are leaks fucking everywhere in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not ideal. Not ideal.
In the car, come on, up.
Next week on the Property
just when you're in
Hillbillies,
the middle of
Semper
clean-
puts his foot in it, and we make a shocking discovery that could very well end up in court and
fucking
blow the
kidding
budget
me.
for the kitchen right out of the water.
Are you fucking...
Ashley! Come here!